Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. In today's video, some reaction to the fallout from the upset, mildly put, that was caused during the Hull vs Wigan game at JJB Stadium. We also have a look at a coaching appointment in the NARL for the Western Conference. So we start today with some serious thoughts on the Wigan vs Hull game, where on the 34th minute, Andre Savelio pulled up the referee and made a, at this point, accusation of racist comments by a Wigan player. I won't name the Wigan player because that's bandied about in the media, but everyone needs to be proven innocent before proven guilty. So on the 34th minute, Andre Savelio pulled up the referee when a penalty was being given to report this incident, and the incident was immediately put on report. From his own Twitter account, he actually said he was waiting to sort it out himself during another tackle, but the player in question was taken off. I won't mention what he said either, because that is not for this channel. I'm against racism in all forms. I just want it to go through the proper authorities first, and then it can all be cleared up, and then we can come out with what the punishments are and things like that. At the time of this recording is Friday the 30th of April 2021, and the RFL have published the joint statement that Hull FC and Wigan Warriors have put together following an allegation of racial motivated abuse during the Super League fixture last night, Thursday the 29th of April. So it goes on to say, both clubs have discussed the matter and in dialogue with the RFL, who will review and investigate the incident throughout the normal match review and disciplinary process. Meanwhile, both Hull FC and Wigan Warriors have launched a joint internal investigation demonstrating their strong and united approach against racial abuse. Hull FC and Wigan Warriors, along with the 10 other clubs in the Super League, continue to stand firm against all types of discrimination and abuse. Equality matters, and Hull FC and Wigan Warriors are, in this message, united. Then we have a statement from the Hull FC chief executive. James Clark said, Andre has our full support of everyone at the club and will work hard to ensure this incident is thoroughly investigated and that his voice can be heard. Racial abuse is not acceptable in any form. Agreed. This is obviously an emotive and highly personal subject, and he has access to the best possible welfare network should it be required. So they're offering support, which the club should do, but hopefully it's outside support. Following that, they said, a zero tolerance approach to all forms of abuse is prevalent in rugby league. We are a welcoming sport, and that prides itself on the core values of inclusion, community, diversity and respect. We would also like to note the professional and transparent and sympathetic approach to the handling of this matter by Chris Radlinski and the Wigan Warriors. Speaking of which, Chris Radlinski, the executive director, added, there is no room for racism in sports of any form, and we take the accusation made by Hull's Andre Savelio very seriously. Our immediate intention is to work closely with Hull and the governing body to gather all the facts and support the investigating process that's in place. In the short term, the player has been suspended from all club activities. Evidence The player's evidence will be taken into consideration by all parties moving forward, and his welfare will remain the responsibility of the Wigan Warriors throughout the investigation. Neither club nor their players will make any further comments on the matter at this time. I know I'm holding back the player's name and it's out there anyway, but it's not for me to say at this point. I'd rather it's all come out, the proof be put down, and then we can comment on any further on that point. I'd do that with everyone. The victim, Andre Savelio, has been very, very open about what he perceived to have happened. As a rugby league fan, I hope it was a mishearing, but if it has come to pass that this has happened, then the player should be severely reprimanded. That is up to the clubs and the leagues to decide. Yes, I'm a fan of Wigan Warriors as an armchair fan, but I would say that for any club. I promise you on that. So moving away from the Super League, we go on to the North American Rugby League, as there has been an announcement for the Western Conference, but for one of their coaches. I think they are, on my personal thoughts on this front, I think the Western Conference are doing a combined coaching and everything like that to get players up to a level. Then they'll split off with each club having match day coaching and everything like that. So that's my only thoughts. That might change in the future as the pandemic eases and more clubs go to the places where they're actually based. But this is one of the appointments for the Western Conference of the North American Rugby League, and that is former New Zealand international Lance Ohio has joined the Rugby League, North American Rugby League competition as a coach. Ohio is 38, made more than 270 career appearances across spells with New Zealand Warriors and St Helens, and also represented the Exiles during his time in the Super League. A statement said the NARL has introduced a top-level coach to the league that any team will be lucky to have on their sideline. Lance has shown to be a proven champion, winning the Super League Grand Final championships and bringing home the 2008 World Cup as he represented his country, New Zealand. So his former club, the Taniwaru Rugby League Club, went as far as naming him their great player for all time. So I think they make the greatest player for all time. So it's a good start to the Western Conference start. So a little bit of background. Ohio was born in Hamilton on New Zealand's North Island, but grew up in the town of Huntly, where he started to play for the Huntly South Rugby League Club at the age of 6. In 1989, the following year, he joined Taniwaru Rugby League Club. While there, he also played union for the school on Saturdays and league for Taniwaru on the Sundays. He played his first senior game for Taniwaru in 2001, age 17, and represented Waikato in 2001, and was also selected for the Northern District side that lost to the touring French side. After 6 Premier Division games for Taniwaru, he signed for the Manurewa Marlins. After this, he moved to Auckland, where he signed for the New Zealand Warriors and made his debut in round 4 against the North Queensland Cowboys. Ohio played for the Warriors from the interchange bench in their grand final loss against the Sydney Roosters, and made his international debut in 2002. All these happened in the same year. Coincidentally, he got to a grand final, made his New Zealand debut, in his debut year in 2002. He had great utility value as well. Played for the Warriors as dummy half, where he played dummy half, scrum half, and standoff. He struggled to claim a regular spot in the Warriors lineup and was often in and out of the team. When not selected by the first grade side, he played for the Manurewa Marlins, Waikoa Bay Stallions, and Auckland Vulcans in the Bartercard Cup and the New South Wales Rugby League Premier League. In 2007, Ohio spent most of the season at centre due to injuries to the outside backs. However, in 2007 he again gained selection for the Kiwis, this time for their tour of Great Britain. At the end of the season, the Catalan Dragons were rumoured to have been interested in signing Ohio to replace this retiring Stacey Jones. However, he ultimately he stayed with the Warriors. So, we're just going into a little bit of background with Ohio, because he took the fullback role. Well, he played the outside backs in many different positions, as he took the fullback role from the injured Wade McKinnock in 2008, and in August 2008 he was named in the New Zealand training squad for the Rugby League World Cup. Ohio was promising in McKinnock's absence, leaving disputes whether he should be played at fullback for the 2008 preliminary final. In 2008 he was named in the final 24-man Kiwi squad, and he played fullback for every single one of the New Zealand matches, including their victory in the final. So for the first rounds of the 2009 series, he was injured in the first game of the season, so he was out until the 5th round, where he played fullback in Wade McKinnock's absence and continuing absence. In the 5th round, that is. He was named fullback again in the mid-season Anzac Test against the Kiwis, and was selected for the Kiwis 24-man squad Four Nations tour in Europe. He was selected to play fullback against both Tonga and Australia, and won the Man of the Match award in the Test versus Australia. In the Four Nations tournament, he appeared at fullback during most of the games, and was one of the Kiwis' best players at the tournament. His efforts earned a try against Australia and a double against France, one of which was a 100-metre dash. And then he became, in 2010, the first choice fullback for New Zealand and the New Zealand Warriors. And on April the 12th, 2011, he signed a 4-year contract with Super League club St Helens from 2012. While in England, he played for St Helens only, and was selected for the Exiles at an international level, but played at hooker by that coach, Daniel Anderson. So this is the one part that you probably would have all seen from a grand final perspective. You might know who the player was that committed the offence, but you might not know who was on the receiving end. St Helens reached the 2014 Super League Grand Final with Ohio selected to play at the standoff, and in the opening few minutes he was punched unconscious by Ben Flower and had to leave the field for the remainder of their 14-6 victory over the Wigan Warriors at Old Trafford. He retired from rugby in April 2015 after a recurrence of the concussion. Post-retirement from rugby, he moved to Michigan. So his connections down over in America started because he's been living there for almost 6 years now. No, it is 6 years, exactly. So on the anniversary of moving over there, he has got a chance to become the coach of a team in the Western Conference. Yes, it's going to be like a cohort and everyone getting the same type of basic coaching, fitness training, lines training, rules training, and everything like that in the West Conference to make it competitive. But he will be in charge of a team. Let's see how it goes on that front as well. Good luck, lads. That's it for my video today. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also remember that the race to 100 is still ongoing. You guys, 10 of you guys could be lucky recipients of my Held Dominance t-shirts as soon as we reach 100 subscribers. So that's all down to you guys. So remember to like and subscribe, comment in the video if you agree with what I've said. If you don't agree, tell me why, but always keep it civil. We're a rugby league family first. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.